guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Angela Shurina. I'm your host. I'm your Brains Coach, and it is my job here to bring to you all the best tools from neuroscience, from health research, fitness, recovery, psychology, behavior change, all these different sciences that help you to make better decisions, take better actions, be more in control of your emotions and your stress levels and how you respond to life, all with the purpose to create the life experience closer and closer to what you'd love living and experiencing every single day. Today, going along with the New Year resolutions theme and aspirations for ourselves to do better this year, and specifically a lot of people working on their health and their fitness and their nutrition and their, in general, healthy lifestyle habits, I'd like to first today give you the core habits of lifestyle that we all need to adopt in order to have the opportunity to feel and look our best and have the most energy and vitality and productivity and have the opportunity to express more of our human potential and also experience more of in life. So core habits, core things, lifestyle habits that we gotta do every day to have the ability to optimize our health, to have vitality and just feel great every day, avoiding as much as possible all kinds of diseases that come either from inadequate lifestyle or come with age. So I'm going to give you the core habits that all scientific community agrees upon, that if you are interested in your optimal health, that these are the things you need to figure out how to have daily in your lifestyle. And even more so, I'm going to help you to hack the system and to get those habits in, to make them stick with you. And also I'm going to give you a few hacks and tools that a lot of my clients love and use to implement all these changes and lifestyle habits in a way that actually flexible and works and fits into your life instead of you having to kind of orchestrate your whole life around them. We're getting busier and busier and our schedules are getting more and more condensed, and it's challenging to introduce all of these new habits and change a lot of things. So I always strive to give my clients and to anyone who asks my advice to give them tips and advice that helps them to implement the knowledge, but in a way that actually makes it almost easy and definitely doable. Because it doesn't matter what we know if we can't imagine or our life does not allow to do that on a regular basis, that the knowledge doesn't really matter. I think there's a lot of my clients who are really busy right now, going through lifestyle or life change, like for example becoming a parent or starting a new business and having also another position in the company. A lot of my clients, they would love to do all of these habits, but reality of their life that they cannot, for example, at this moment to dedicate 8 hours of sleep. They can only do like 6, but for some of them, like 6 is a good scenario. I'm like, well, let's get to 6 before we start talking about 7 or 8. So it's all incremental improvements to make ourselves win. This concept I've also been discussing with a lot of my clients. Like, don't set yourself up for failure. If you only are able to sleep at the moment 6 hours and you are often at 5, then maybe 6 hours for the next few weeks is your win. And what it does, what an important job setting yourself up for wins, improving incrementally, one small step at a time. What it does to you, it then shows your brain that you are capable of progress and you can improve things. It boosts your confidence. It boosts your belief that you can change, that you can improve. And also, it just boosts your motivation for getting better. Instead of always feeling, I'm just not able, it's not doable. So it's either all 8 hours or nothing, like 5 hours. But, there is an in between that might be doable for you when you cancel Netflix. More about Netflix a little bit later. But today is about learning the core 5 habits that all of us need to do. And then also learning tools, the best tools from the science of behavior change. How do we actually implement them and make them stick? So let's begin with 5 core habits. Number 1, we all gotta sleep, right? You probably know about that. You know what I learned working with super busy executives, entrepreneurs, dads and moms, clients who don't have at the moment a lot of time in their life? That I learned that actually we could, in most cases, have 1 hour more of sleep if we just learned, for example, to not watch Netflix, but instead create a sleeping routine that gives you additional 30 minutes or 60 minutes of sleep without that Netflix. And what I found is that a lot of my clients use TV, unmanaged, uncapped TV, as a way to wind down and perhaps entertain themselves, because the whole day feels so hectic and so demanding. And so they just feel like they deserve it and they need it. But sleep is the best recovery, actually. Not Netflix, not TV. What helps you to get through another day feeling more powerful, stronger, and objectively being more capable to meet any demands cognitively or physically that life brings into your experience. What actually helps you to do all of that better is recovering better. And sleep is the best recovery protocol. Again, not Netflix, not any sorts of entertainment or scrolling through social media. But in most cases, we need to do the rewiring before we can feel that getting more sleep actually changes the quality of our days that we care about. Instead of waking up groggy after that TV, not rested, and feeling like we are barely making it. And the ultimate hack that I found that works for a lot of people is, first of all, create a mini routine that breaks apart your active day from your sleep. And that usually is as easy as taking a hot, relaxing shower for like 5-10 minutes. And that already will start putting your whole system in a sleepier mode. By the way, a small tip here. Figure out how to make lights dim in your bathroom. Not super bright. That also, by the way, removes a lot of your melatonin, kills a lot of your melatonin that makes you not sleepy and makes falling asleep more difficult. So either have some candles or perhaps have some lamp, like small lamp that you can put on the floor and plug into some socket in the bathroom. Or sometimes just use your phone, like there is light and you can put it against the wall, so there is some light, you can see things, but it's really, really dim. So create this dim environment that is more pro sleep, and then take that shower, and that already will make you feel sleepier, more relaxed. And after that, just go to bed. And if you have an urge to watch TV, I recommend doing this exercise. It's called intention implementation. So intention implementation is all about rehearsing a certain scenario, like taking a shower, putting your sleeping clothes on, and just going to bed, instead of checking social media or instead of turning on TV. So rehearse it before the night comes. Rehearse it. When it's time for bed, when I'm finished with things I gotta do, I'm gonna take a shower, put on my clothing, and then go to bed without watching anything or, picking up my phone. So repeating this intention to implement this routine will help your brain, will help you to actually make through this routine. And also creating friction points. For me, I used to watch Netflix on my phone. And then one day I realized it wasn't working for me. And so I deleted Netflix application, I deleted my account. And when I would be getting ready for bed, I would have to install Netflix app and create an account and then put my payment information, and then only then I would be able to watch. And usually by the time like nighttime, I'm not really that awake, aware, or that thirsty or hungry for Netflix that I would go through all of that. And that made such a huge difference. So now I don't watch any Netflix and I get my additional 30 to 60 minutes of sleep. That makes such a huge difference. And in the morning, I feel more refreshed, recovered, and ready to attack, to win the day. And for a lot of my clients, it is the same hack. How can you create friction point between you and watching or scrolling? And then also rehearse, do this intention implementation exercise, rehearse the night routine, shower, putting on your night clothing and going to bed. Rehearse it, and you'll see how it actually gonna start to work and introduce that friction point, right? So that on sleep, get as much as possible, and regularity matters. So always choose the time schedule that you can maintain regularly most days of the month. Regularity is very important for the quality of sleep, the health recovery that you get. Sleeping 6 hours on the same schedule and sleeping 6 hours all over the place, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there, plus minus, that is not the same. That is actually has a name, social jet lag, and you do not recover well as when you sleep on the same schedule. So that's sleep. Sleep is important. A little bit longer we took here. The second one is taking your steps. It is recommended for people below 60 years old to take 8,000 steps a day, and that is approximately 1 hour, 20 minutes of walking. And there are so many ways you can introduce walking into your life besides just additionally having to spend those hour and 20 minutes. Walking, scheduling it additionally. So a lot of my clients would choose to walk on a under desk treadmill. There are so many small mini treadmills, not like full-blown treadmill, but actually like a small walker that you put under your desk and you under your standing desk, and or like if you don't have a standing desk, you have a desk and you can put some boxes, and on top of that you can put your computer on and you can walk on that while doing low demanding tasks, like, for example, having calls on Zoom, or working through emails, or thinking and brainstorming. All the work that doesn't necessarily require you to be in your most focused mode. Sitting, you can also watch, learn stuff. So many things you can do while walking on this mini treadmill that you can put under your desk. Another couple of hacks that my clients love about walking is you can, for example, still take Uber to work or from work, but what if you took it a little bit further away from your destination and you added additional 10-minute walking here, 10 minutes of walking there, or perhaps even 20 minutes of walking here and there, and you already get 40 minutes and you just have 40 minutes more. You can also do more walking while, again, having those calls, not necessarily on a treadmill, but pacing back and forth in your office, or if you work from home, in your living room. What else? Taking a bath or a train. You can also get off or get on a stop earlier or later. Probably early is better. When you take an elevator, if it's too high up, then maybe get off a couple of staircase flights of stairs earlier, or again, well, not later, but yeah, and then go lower and start your elevator journey there. So there are so many ways you can introduce more steps into your day. When you do grocery shopping, maybe choose a further away grocery store. And all of these things, they compound. Also, if you read audiobooks, well, if you listen to audiobooks, if you listen to the podcasts, you can also do that while walking. You can have you need to call your friends or parents or have conversations with your colleagues. Why not take those calls, make them audio, and take them for a walk? You'll be thinking better, having better ideas, and you'd be getting the fresh air, and your brain will be working better, and you're going to be getting those steps in, right? So 1 hour, 20 minutes. How can you make it a part of your day that is also productive? Very often on my walks, I prepare for my talks and my workshops. I brainstorm, I create a structure, then I use either voice recording app, or I stop for a little bit and put some of the ideas to writing in the note app. Again, steps, you can hack them in so many ways. And when it's bad weather, like a lot of my clients would just pace back and forth in their living room while watching something and, doing, catching up on perhaps some of that Netflix. By the way, if you do decide to watch Netflix, and maybe do some lunges while you do so. Again, so many ways to incorporate all these habits in your life. If you're in the airport, that you can actually walk more in that airport between different gates, and you can walk on the plane. I did that too as well on long flights. Again, so many ways you can incorporate that habit into your life, making it productive. The third lifestyle habit, eating habit, that you absolutely have to figure out how to do if you are interested in maintaining more muscle mass, more bone density, even having great skin, great hair, and great working hormonal system and digestion. Like, I'm talking about protein, and it is needed for absolutely freaking everything that your body does, for energy creation as well. Your brain needs your protein to work properly. So getting those 1.5, I usually like to simplify it, to multiply by your weight, your desired weight in kgs, and then you have your protein number. And for most women, the protein amount in foods that you need, I'm talking about protein-rich foods like fish, like meat, like chicken, eggs and yogurt are separate. You have to figure amount of both if you want to count them. I do, if you want to count them as your protein intake. But probably for most of you, if you have 400 to 500 meaty, fleshy, fishy, also shellfish like prawns work really well. Did you know prawns are 99% protein? It's kind of like chicken breast from the sea. But back to the discussion. So your protein amount, if you're a woman, you probably need 400 to 500 meaty stuff, unless you also supplement it with more yogurt and more eggs. And if you're a guy, somewhere around 800 grams of meat, fish. But then, of course, if you take a supplement shake, that gets easier. So here again, different hacks for my clients. Obviously, protein shake is a huge helper here. But then also just figure out 2 to 3 foods that you love eating on a regular basis. And if it's somewhere out, you order stuff, or you go to a cafe, a restaurant, you are at a cafeteria at work, just figure out one of those protein sources that are available everywhere where you are, and then Google the amount of protein in it, and then supplement that with tuna, for example. Can of tuna, usually somewhere around 30 grams of protein, biltong or beef jerky, somewhere around 20 to 25 grams of protein, right? And just have those, upgrade your snacks, get that protein, figure it out, and make it consistent. That's the most important part. One small advice that is based on current research. The most important times of the day when you need to get your protein, that has to do with overnight fast. The most important meals to get all your protein are breakfast and your dinner, because again, overnight your body is not going to be getting that protein that is needed to maintain your muscle, to recover, to have great working immune system, like everything. Your body needs protein for everything. Feed the muscle, burn the fat. Protein is your nutrient. Figure out the foods, and also remember, the less fat those foods have, the less calories you're going to consume with that protein, and it's going to help you to maintain ideal body weight or lose weight. So protein, figure out your number, then figure out 2 to 3 foods where you can get that number, and keep it consistent. Make it easy and simple. We're going to talk about making it easy and simple in a moment to make all of the habits stick with you much better and longer. But then the fourth health habit that you also need to implement is eating enough fiber, and specifically about 800 grams of fruit and vegetables at least. If you, like myself, love your fruit and veg, then knock yourself out. Eat more like I do. I usually eat a kilo and a half, depends, but I love my fruit and vegetables. And as I explained to my clients, fiber-rich foods, what is really great about them is that they have a lot of volume and fewer calories compared to other foods, because they have a lot of water and a lot of fiber. I'm talking about fruit and vegetables. And so what happens is your digestive system actually has it has many kinds of receptors. Some receptors are in charge of analyzing nutrient component of your foods, like how many vitamins and minerals, proteins, fats, etc. And other receptors are sensitive to how much stretching your stomach does with the volume of food. And both of them will contribute to triggering satiety, or basically how full you feel. And so if your stomach doesn't stretch that much because you don't eat that much fruit and vegetables with all this water and fiber, you're going to be hungry, consuming more calories per day unintentionally. So this is another hack to maintain great body weight, ideal body weight for life. Eat a lot of volume with not a lot of calories. And the way you achieve that is by eating a lot of fruit and vegetables. So knock yourself out. Eat your protein for all the different needs that your body has. But then also eat your fruit and vegetables along with that. If calories matter for you at this point and you're losing weight, just look at less caloric fruit and vegetables. I'm talking about carrots and tomatoes, but then also apples and pears, for example, are less caloric than bananas. But in general, eat your fresh fruit and vegetables. Don't smoothie them, chew them, 800 grams or more. A lot of my clients at the beginning, they're not that huge on eating a lot of fruit and vegetables. And so where we start, I always tell them, choose a couple of fruit and vegetables that you like and stick with them until eating that amount of volume becomes automatic. So a lot of my clients would just start eating apples and carrots, or apples and tomatoes, or apples and broccoli. And that's going to be their 800 grams of fruit and vegetables per day for the next few weeks until they get comfortable, until it gets boring and they venture out into different fruit and vegetables. So like, well, I'm eating all of this, but kind of got boring. And so they start eating variety, bell peppers and tomato, onions and all kinds of squashes and what else? Cauliflowers and Brussels sprouts and beans. And then on fruit, of course, there are berries, there are pineapples, and there are guavas and mangoes and plums and apricots. So much fruit and vegetables out there. Eat your 800 grams, distribute them between your meals. It's not a lot, 250 grams, a little bit more per meal. And it's like a cup. It's not a lot. One banana is like 100 to 120 grams already. You eat 2 and you already get you 200, let's say 20 grams, or 240 and 50 very often with medium bananas. It's not a lot. So that is the health habit number 4 that you gotta learn how to implement. Again, not that complicated, and start simple. If you gotta start with apples and cucumbers, then be it. Just hit your 800 grams number. And then the 5th is water. Drinking enough water is one of those core habits without which you cannot go far on your health journey. Water is needed to make your health work, and nothing works without enough water. Speaking of water, by the way, need to make a sip to make my brain and my voice work optimally. Did you know that even 2% dehydration, that doesn't take a lot, will make your brain slower, your learning, your memory capacities worse, even your anxiety and stress gonna get worse. So water, your digestion, your energy levels depend on drinking enough water. And I always try to simplify it for my clients. I'm like, okay, you 3 times a day at least, right? So drink 2 cups of water before each. That is about 250 milliliters each. So you get 2 cups of water before each meal. You're going to get your 500, 400 milliliters of water for each meal. And then in the morning, prepare a bottle of water right where you sleep. So the first thing you do, or by the place where you brush your teeth. So have this water, drink that water right first thing in the morning, and that more water before each of your meals. And you're going to hit all of your water requirements really fast, really easy. For most of my clients, I recommend to have their to-go bottle or something that helps them to measure that water or have that water around. So you never have to think about, where you're going to get your water or whether you drink your water or not. So have that half liter or 500 milliliters bottle of water, drink one. When you wake up, drink one before each of your meals, and you're going to be done with your water really, really easily instead of always having to think about, okay, did I drink my enough water or did I not? And that's about it, folks. You get your sleep, your steps, your protein, your fiber, your water. Do that for months, a couple of months, and you'll be so surprised how much further on your health and weight journey. And also you're just gonna start feeling amazing. Like a lot of my clients start sleeping 30, 60 minutes more, and they're like, I feel like I'm on the top of the world. I did not know I could feel that great. And with a lot of these habits, after a little bit, a couple of weeks of usually actually first week, the first thing my clients notice is how much more energy, vitality, and positivity they have for life. And wouldn't you say that matters? Like your energy, your positivity, your vitality and zest that radiates from you. Wouldn't you say that matters? So sleep, steps, protein, fiber, water. There are so many hacks, and if you'd like me to help you to find a way to fit those into your most busy and predictable and crazy lifestyle and work schedule, then there is a free strategy session, Health 360, available to you as a listener of this podcast. Right below the show notes, there is a link to schedule our session, and I'm going to walk you through all these habits, answer all of your questions, and put you on a great trajectory for 2024. I'm going to even check in with you for the next couple of weeks of implementation of this habit. So don't miss this opportunity. Get the session, schedule the session, and start your journey the right way, the way that is effective and also fits nicely into your life. By the way, speaking of building habits, this is the last part of today's podcast. What best psychologists, behavior change researchers, coaches tell us about how we best change habits? We have to think about those 4 things. That, by the way, is also coming from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. So don't have to go through the whole book, but understand the basics. In order to build any habit fast and for a long time, you gotta figure out 4 things, how to make them happen with your new habits. Make a habit obvious. Make it attractive, make it easy, make it rewarding. So let's get through each of them really fast. Make it obvious means there is something in your environment, in your room, in your kitchen, on your phone, alarm, anything, a person, accountability partner, something that reminds you of this habit, making it obvious. Like I always tell my clients, when I start taking supplements on a regular basis, what do you do in the morning? Do you drink your coffee? Do you get your things together in a specific place? Alex Hermosi also likes to refer to those my watering plants or something like that. But the basic idea is put the stuff that you want to do where you will for sure see it. That is what makes it obvious, so you never forget to do it. The second thing, make it attractive. Make yourself want to do this habit. What can be attractive in getting your sleep or steps or protein and fiber? Perhaps imagine that you are investing in the fittest, the most best version of yourself with each of them. Like whoever that is that they represents that most badass version of yourself. Maybe you have an image, a picture of your prior, fitter, younger, stronger self. Make it attractive. Why are you doing this habit? What makes you want to do that habit? What results do you really, really want, right? Attractive. Make some part of this habit really, really attractive, that you want to do this habit. Easier, meaning less friction. If you want to start working out, do not choose a gym across the city. Do it in your room, in your pajamas. Put something on your phone and cast it to your TV. Jump in the morning. Do a 10-minute or 7-minute high-intensity interval workout. Whatever is the easiest version of the habit, start there. Remove all the friction. Make it so simple. The simplest thing. And the thing that might be an alternative, make it harder. Make it unavailable. So make the habit, the behavior that you want to do as frictionless as possible. Some of my clients go to bed in their workout clothing to make workouts happen in the morning, no matter what, removing that dressing up friction, having their gym bag ready to go with the supplements, with the protein shake, with the water. How can you remove friction for this new habit? And number 4, rewarding. So we talked about attractive. It's making yourself want to do it. Rewarding is actually as simple as celebrating right after finishing the habit. And that is the part that a lot of people miss. In order for your brain to make the connection between feeling good and the hard habit that you just did, hopefully it's not that hard after you made it obvious and easy, but to use the dopamine in your system to wire that habit faster, reward yourself by feeling good, by giving yourself high five, like, hey, I did it, by giving you high five in the mirror in the bathroom, by jumping and celebrating. Start feeling good while you're doing the habit. Make the habit rewarding. You have a few seconds, a minute to make yourself feel good and build the connection between the behavior and the internal intrinsic reward that is the most powerful. So celebrate it every time you do it, and that's how you wire it faster. So let's repeat. Make it obvious. Create triggers that remind you of the habit. Make it attractive. Why do you want this habit? What makes you want it so much? Figure it out. Make it easy. Remove friction. Make it rewarding. Celebrate that habit each time you accomplish it. Even the smallest, the MVP, minimum viable product version of it. And that's it. So this is a smarter, working, research-based, experience-based way of building new habits. If you're still trying to do the hardest thing and still failing, well, maybe there is a reason for that. Maybe human beings are not wired to build habits that way, the way you're doing that. So how about in 2024, trying new things that are based on best practices instead of doing it the old way, the hard way, and very often non-working way. And I'm asking myself the same question. Where in your business, in your area of struggle, are you doing the same? Where are you making it harder? Where are you making it friction with more friction? Where you are not celebrating it? Where you are not making it attractive enough to get done more of it, right? There's a better way to do things. And when it comes to habits, this is the way. And also choosing the right habits. So those 5 core that we talked about, your sleep, your steps, your protein, your fiber, your water. And don't forget, start small, start easy, consistency first, intensity you can always add. The progress is what's more important than perfection. And yes, yes, that's what I wanted to share with you today, guys. Don't forget, there is a Health 360 strategy link in the show notes waiting for you to start your healthier 2024 the right way, with some more support, accountability, and science-backed practices that fit into your life. So use it. And if you don't use it, share it with a friend who might need it, along with this podcast. Screenshot, review, do something that will help more people to discover this podcast, like sharing or reviewing and rating, because in a healthier world with a lot more healthier people, we all can accomplish a lot more, be happier, creating a better world that definitely needs a better version of ourselves. So please do share, use this strategy session to start your year right, or give it away to a friend or loved one who might need it. And till next time, commit to your better self, start the right habits in the right way, and have an awesome rest in the week. And you'll hear from me very soon. Have a healthier, fitter, more energetic, and vital day.